Yo, we're back. This is Running Point.
Cheer.
That's Ronnie, Steve, Serge, I'm DJ.
What's going
Here
on?
we talk about everything Knicks and Lakers and everything in between and all that, you know what I'm saying? But today's episode, we got almost like a last dance or, shout out to two GOATs of their generations. We're going to highlight two GOATs in the last two generations, arguably 1 and 2, 2 and 1, however you want to put it. They both were the number 23. We're going to we're going to talk about Jordan 91 year when he won his first championship, and then obviously LeBron's 2012 year in his first run in this championship. So, Ronnie, start us off, man. What do you think? What season was better for you?
What season was better?
91 Jordan, 12 James.
They're very comparable, right? They're both 27. It's a tough decision, man. Analytically, you would say that LeBron's a little bit better. Jordan probably had the higher scoring average. I think LeBron was, the second year in Miami, he was shooting which is the year he won the championship. I think he shot 57%. But he took 5 less shots than Jordan.
4, yeah. Jordan 22 and then LeBron's 18.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, he shot 56%.
Damn, that's a tough call, man. I don't know. I've been trying to rack my brain to figure out who I'm going to pick. Traditionally, at the end of the day, I pick Jordan.
Why?
Good question.
Overall, I picked Jordan, and in this year, at that age between those two, LeBron still had critical flaws in his game. He still was hesitant to shoot. If he missed a couple of jump shots, he would no longer shoot. Closing out games. He's clutch. He does his thing. He's great. Mm-hmm. But at times, he would still be, hesitant to go to the line and shit like that. So Jordan didn't have those issues. So I got to pick Jordan.
Is it because Jordan had the green light since the beginning of time? Since he came into the league, he didn't really have to. He had to develop, but he didn't have to develop in which LeBron had to. Because LeBron came in as a pass first or getting everyone else theirs first before he got his, in a sense, right? Jordan was straight killer from the very beginning.
That's just a difference in mentality. I don't think that has any bearing on how they came into the league. LeBron had the green light. He had the green light to play his game.
But it was pass first.
In theory, early on in Cleveland, he still was taking 20 shots a game. So he was getting shots up. He's still a scorer. He still was a primary person.
I'm not saying that.
He just likes to pass. It's just a different in style and game. That's why it's so hard to compare those two.
To your point, before I let Steve go, even in the finals, he averaged 11 assists. And that's very fucking rare for Jordan to do that in his very first championship. So I think that's pretty dope.
But if you look at the numbers, if you pull up the numbers for that regular season, LeBron averages 7 assists?
Yeah.
27, 7 and 6.
But that's what he does.
And Jordan was 31, 6 and 5.
Yeah. I'm saying in the finals. Yeah. In the finals, he averaged 11 assists.
Pull up their numbers in the finals. Go to Basketball Reference and go to the playoffs.
Well, and while they're doing that, Steve, what do you think? Who do you have?
Listening to Ronnie, I disagree. I'd say it was LeBron. The reason I'm going to say it's LeBron is it's for something that Michael Jordan didn't have to really deal with, which was everything that LeBron was going through off the court in regards to leaving Cleveland, the vitriol. They always say that one of the craziest games I ever played in the NBA was when LeBron went back to Cleveland, right? And the hate that he received and, even maybe possibly doubting his own decision, right? And then they played that first year and they lost, right? But they didn't just lose. LeBron kind of the LeBron that we knew at that point kind of died in that series with Dallas, right? He shriveled up in the corner, disappeared, and then got buried all summer long.
Because he was a villain, and he's never played as a villain.
Well, he was a villain that didn't want to be a villain that first year. And so going into this year, he embraced being a villain. And I think that's what made him better. If I had to choose between these two,
that's
was because this guy accepted the fact that he wasn't going to be liked by anyone.
Yeah.
He embraced it in the way that he started to impact the game on both sides of the court.
But he was also 0-2 coming into 0-2 in the finals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
the way he's it's only big because he was that good, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. In the back, who you're being compared to, how we're comparing these two giants. But it's like, to that point, it's like he was up against an 0-2 hole, like bringing the second youngest to bring a team to the finals that didn't belong there, then getting swept, and then going to Miami. In the manner, like, do we all agree how he left? Nah, I thought it was like more selfish, I would say, for him to like broadcast. You don't need to do all that. But I get the fact that he wasn't courted from colleges, right? The recruitment path. So he wanted to do something in that regard. So
it was a charity at the end of the day. A lot of kids.
But it was
a sign of the times.
I guess.
It was different.
But 0-2, and you know what I mean? Like young in your career. So he needed it really.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of mentally checked in that year and just had and it was a short season that year too. So, when you put all those things together, I mean, the way he was impacting the floor and embracing his mistakes, embracing his failures, saying, I'm okay with leaving now. I'm okay with failing twice already. I'm okay with no one liking me at all. Those are the kind of things that you saw in his gameplay. And so it was cool to see it, but I that's the reason I would probably pick him over. I mean, how aggressive was he when he was playing certain teams and those chase down blocks, and there's just certain things that you'd see on the court that it was kind of, not saying that Mike wasn't playing defense. His numbers are there, but there was a bigger drawing, and a lot more at stake. It felt like that first year that he finally won. Remember Game 6
for LeBron?
Yeah,
was that the year when he scored 45 in Game 6 in Boston?
Yep.
Yeah,
and he just
there were some legendary games.
You know what I'm saying? Year. And then even not to age him because we're not talking about that time period, but when he went up against the Pistons and scored 25 straight. You know what I mean? He has the ability to lock it when need be. To your point, Steve, I think that series, the first series, he didn't embrace the villain role.
No.
He wasn't born in the dark at that point in time.
No.
He was a man.
No.
Serge, what do you think? What do you got?
I actually think he might have embraced the villain role because initially
in
first
11?
Yeah.
The first
that first game he was in Cleveland, it was a whole spectacle.
Yeah.
Like they were getting blown out in the first quarter and then they came back and won. But I think he accepted the role eventually towards the end of the season because he ended up averaging 28 and 11 during the playoffs.
But then he didn't win in the first year, though. You know what I mean?
You got to learn how to win.
He did that. Or he remember he's 0-2 in the finals. Well, 0-1.
At this point, at 2012, he was what, 0-1?
0-2.
0-2?
Because remember, the first year in Miami, he lost to Dallas.
But they won the second year.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
This is not the second year? Yeah.
I thought you were still talking about 2011.
No.
Gotcha.
2012.
Well, let's focus on 2012.
Yeah, it's 2012. Yeah, 2012. That's the year they won. So
yeah, that was their first championship.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And it was they lost one game every playoff series, and that was it. It was a dominant finals.
Yeah, I would say so. But Jordan was spectacular too, though, because he had iconic moments in the leading up to it as well.
Yeah, Jordan lost 2 games. LeBron lost 4. That's it. That's the difference.
Yeah. Now, the way I try to look at it, they both was 27. At that point, LeBron hadn't yet turned into his the alpha role as far as leading the team. The way he did with Cleveland and Kyrie, the way he does with Anthony Davis, where he's the point guard, leader of the team, dominant of the ball, usage rate super high. He hadn't transitioned into that role. He was more looked at as a finisher. So
his
the same
year there?
In Miami.
His first year, you saying?
No, his duration there, the 4 years.
Okay.
He was more of a finisher role. Of course, fourth quarter, ball is in LeBron's hand. But his role, him and D Wade, to optimize those two, and they had a point guard, Mario Chalmers and whoever, Norris Cole. They used him more of as a finisher. Yeah. So that's why I like to compare those years, because at that point he was more of a scorer. His role was scoring and playmaking, similar to Jordan's role. And it's hard. That's why I can't put him over Jordan, because in that role, Jordan scored more. Jordan was still a defensive player. They both
But
of them
he wasn't on the primary ball handler though. You know what I mean? Like he did. Not to knock Jordan. Scotty took that role of the primary. You know what I mean? The best defender or the best offensive player. Scotty got that. Jordan's not a primary. You know what I mean? Like, let's not. I feel like we like, rightfully so, but it's like sometimes we glaze Jordan a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like he's great, yes, but it's like we don't never talk about anything. Like, we just talk about how great he is. He's 6-0. He's never been a
But
game
that,
sevens.
even that,
Bro,
to your point,
numbers.
that gets me because people are like, yo, he never lost. And I'm like, he played 20 years. He only got 6 rings. He ain't got 20.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right.
Well, for the
You know?
rings that he won, there was no losses.
And then, like, no, but then,
31
like,
and 11, bro.
But also the storyline, right? The storyline of like him finally beating the bad boys. You know what I'm saying? Sweeping them. And
No,
to his first
5.
championship.
5 games.
No, they swept them. They swept the Pistons.
one year, I think they might have swept them.
And that was the year that they went to the championship. And that's when the Pistons walked off past them.
Yeah, they wouldn't say goodbye.
Like that's the year where, and then they beat the Lakers in
But
5
if you
games.
want to be real, Michael Jordan's like, you said 20 years. He really played like 13 years. Like, yeah, he got 15 years with the Washington Wizards, and you want to count the years he was injured his second year. But he really got like 13 full seasons. And those 13 full seasons.
Why? What are you talking about? He has 13 full seasons.
13
What years are you taking away?
I'm taking the Washington years away.
No, you're not, bro.
And I'm taking the
No,
second
you're
year.
not.
You can't.
Jordan fans don't get to do that, bro. That's his career. That's his career. Just like them years, we don't take years away from LeBron when he was too young to be in the championship.
They kill him every time.
No.
Nah, you're not. First
LeBron,
thing y'all say, he went into the championship in 2007. He don't count because it was too young.
Who said
He
that?
got swept. That's the first
Nobody
thing.
said that.
No,
Nobody
you don't
says
say that.
So
Maybe,
I'm making
maybe
that
you
up.
listen to. I've heard Stephen A. say
So
that.
I'm making that up.
I've heard
You
people
listen to
say
too
that.
much.
I make that up.
No, you're not making that up. But it's just
So don't ask me who be saying that.
we
People
don't
be
say
saying
that.
that.
I don't say that.
You're not giving no sources. You just say people.
That's out of control. No, he played 20 years.
Come on, Rodney.
He played 20 years.
Yo.
We're not taking the Washington
Yo,
Wizards away.
Hold on. But
He
at
didn't
the end
play
of the
20
day,
years.
You know what?
Even with Washington,
Hold on,
he didn't
time
play
out.
20 years.
He was 40 years old on the Washington Wizards, and he was not doing what LeBron's doing right now at 40.
Yeah, but that's after retirement, smoking cigars.
Yo, hold on. Yo, Steve, Steve.
Michael Jordan get all the excuses in the world.
Nah,
bro.
for sure.
But Steve,
I
all right.
agree.
So if you picking between 91 Jordan and 12 James, who you going with?
2012 James.
DJ, who you going
Call
with?
something. I can't.
You
have
got to
to.
pick one. You got to pick one.
Okay, man. Plead the fifth. 1, 2, 3.
No. You ain't.
You gotta pick one,
This
bro.
is
We
not
all
the
gotta
time
pick
you finally shut it down.
No,
Ronnie,
no,
who
I'm
you got?
not shutting down.
91.
91.
I would
DJ,
say
who you got?
2012.
2012
Only
James.
because I know. I only see highlights of 91.
All right, so it's 2 and 2 because
see.
I got 91 Jordan.
Okay.
91 Jordan, 91 Jordan.
So
James
speaking of that,
and
who you want to
James.
be? Like Mike or like Bron?